Does that mean you're gonna take the minutes?
No,
I don't remember.
I don't know if we
remember
decided
note
who's
from
doing
Jim
that again.
saying he wasn't coming.
I didn't bring, I don't have a pen, and I
I
don't
don't
have
either.
a
Jim said that.
paper.
He was going to the
Pen.
doctor's,
Oh.
his email to him.
Yes, that's right. I take
Borrow my
that back.
pen.
He did say he wasn't. He's up in Boston or something.
Yeah, Brookline doctors.
Yeah.
Just waiting to hear from my daughter if she's worried about the storm. She lives in Bermuda, so just
What's the matter?
waiting to hear. I think it's supposed to go between
That's kinda
Carolinas
what
and
they
Bermuda,
show.
so they might get waves, but I don't think they're gonna get a direct hit this time.
Yeah.
Here, Fred.
It's a big wind field, I think, isn't it?
I think
So
that's gonna be.
pretty,
Yeah.
as always, it's
Pauline
pretty
didn't bring her
tough.
notebook.
I did bring stuff to write on.
Fred was looking
Oh,
for a
Fred
piece
was
of
looking
paper.
for something.
Oh,
to
here.
write on.
To write on.
You can write on the back of my map. How does that sound?
Okay.
I can print
got a
another
pen.
one.
Got it.
Okay, you got a pen. Beautiful.
Do you want to lead?
No, you can leave.
Okay. Today is the 19th of August. It's 1 o'clock and we're here at the Harwich Community Center. Members present, Fran and Paul, Charlie, Pauline, and Fred. So we have a quorum. We're going to start
1, 2, 3.
the meeting. The first thing is to review the old minutes. I read them.
Yep,
I moved that we accept the old minutes.
second it.
Very good.
I have a question about that.
Sure.
When I sent those minutes out, there was somebody's name on there that was probably in the select, in the town.
Yes.
Is that, am I supposed to send it to them? I mean, is that the,
Oh,
That would be our liaison, who is, I forget who, I sent him a note.
don't know. When Jim was doing it, and, and I'm sure he'll keep on doing it, you're supposed to send the minutes after they're approved.
oh,
like
after they're
today,
approved, okay.
To the town, minutes, dot something,
Oh, it doesn't go to a person?
then it goes to like Caleb, and
Yes,
Caleb puts it on our on the town website.
But does we send it to him or
To
the town
this-
does?
No,
No, he's the town. So you send it to a website after it's approved. Like today, you would send it to, you would
No, it
send
won't be
it after
approved.
it's approved.
Oh,
We just
okay,
approved it.
last time.
So last month, you would send it to, it's
if you ask, just send Jim an email.
minutes
text.
dot something. Yeah, Jim would know.
Jim would know. He'll have
I
that.
directed him to, that way it gets put on the site, and that way they say you did really take minutes.
Right.
So you want me to send last month
yes,
to have, to that
to that
To that
website
site,
now, because they're approved?
Yeah.
yes.
And if when I do this, they
right,
don't,
it just goes out to the,
okay.
the group.
Okay, I got it, yeah.
So the next agenda item is new business, and I put this down as the only item because I know it'll garner a lot of discussion. And the issue is discussing the probable universal set of rules. There are a lot of different rules about riding on the rail trail and Old Colony Rail Trail. Some very controversial, like the signs that say get off and walk across, okay? And I'll just add my 2 cents. I feel like in my life, if a sign says something, I do it. I don't do that. So I don't feel good about myself to a certain extent. And if I had a young family like I see out there and I had impressionable children, I'd get off and walk. But for me, I don't see how it's safe.
Except that it also sets a good precedent for people that are watching, behind
All
you.
true. So, but my thought is those signs are not at every crossing, okay? It's
They're
not
not?
universally accepted in other towns. so that's just one item, okay? There are other items, but I think that maybe should be a goal of ours that we follow up on and try to garner. Now, Chatham put out a set of rules.
Did you see him?
I didn't, they have a flyer or something that I think it's in their boxes where the maps are.
Okay.
Okay, and I just haven't gone that way, and so I haven't looked at them. And fine. My feeling still exists that I think that it's so complex to write those rules
Oh, sure.
that I absolutely know that DCR is working on this. I know they're very frustrated. I know Bernie, I'm talking with Bernie, and it's an effort that is statewide. As we know, things that involve the state,
Yeah.
you never
But we
quite
should
know
still
where they are.
mimic whatever that ends up being.
Well, that's where I think, and I think, I think the issue of the
Pulling it
young
up.
kids on the bike trail,
Yep.
I think has gotten a little worse, to be quite frank
agree.
about it.
Well, it's more fast stuff.
Yes, there's some vandalism involved with it now. I was just riding, and I was at Headwaters, and we were just kind of talking. This lady came up. She was very angry. She didn't know me. I didn't know her. A visitor, but she was frightened that those kids were going to have an accident in front of her, and she was going to see somebody being killed, and she didn't want. Beyond the safety issue, but that was very upsetting. I said, I don't know why she vented to me, but her husband was there. But
You should have DCR's phone number, Susie's.
I probably should.
And
You're right
you
about
say,
that.
Call the head ranger.
Good thought.
And
Good thought. I didn't think about it. Everything she said was nothing we hadn't heard.
Mm-hmm.
But I had not heard that. I don't want to see a kid get killed either. Believe me. But I know that they are aggressively trying to address the issue, and I know that they want to address it in a very serious manner. Confiscate the bike, very, they want to solve the problem.
Right.
And they're discussing the various ways of doing it. So I think we need to, pay attention and look at that. I mean, I still, this lady actually didn't agree with me, but I still feel like I really hate to say, where I think it's headed is that they want to eliminate Class 2 bikes.
Yep.
What are Class 2 bikes?
It has a throttle on it.
Okay.
It's the same
Right,
15,
I
18
knew
mile an
that.
hour max, but it has throttle.
But that's like e-bikes also that elderly people might use or
No
people,
question about it.
right? So it limits those.
Not the ones
And those
with
are
the-
big rental, like a lot of
with
bikes
the,
that are
not the
rented
ones
are.
with the throttles aren't.
Yeah.
Yes, they are. Probably
They are?
90% of the rentals
Oh,
from
really?
what
Or
the throttle?
they got together, the dealerships or however you want to call it, the professionals, and
Oh, I'm sorry,
the
that's
number they came up with was 90% of their
Wow.
rentals had.
Rental. That's a
And-
huge
Yeah.
number.
It's not only elderly, but I think
I didn't mean to, I didn't
Yeah.
mean to, but I'm just saying it
Yeah.
eliminates a lot of people who are able to use
Yeah.
those.
But
from-
And
my,
who
my bike,
use them-
I got older. I bought a Class 1 bike.
Yeah.
It's pedal to assist.
Yeah.
I can bump it up, but I still got a pedal. I've got no
Right.
throttle.
Yeah.
Right.
And it works fine. So now my fatigue level is way down. I can do, like yesterday, did the 26 miles.
And
I
that's-
still come
that's a heck
home, I
of a
still
ride.
work in the yard,
Yeah,
I still,
that's-
and it's
Okay.
fine.
That is really
But,
good, Paul.
You know, like the email I sent out to you guys about what Rhode Island did,
Yes.
it's great, but no one knows what's a Class 1. You know,
What's
they said no,
yours?
they said only Class 1 bikes or e-bikes are allowed on a trail. Well, most folks don't know what a Class 1 bike is.
No, I would agree with that. Most people.
You know, if they said no throttle,
Yes.
kind of no e-bikes with a throttle,
I
that'd be different.
I purposely went on Saturday. I had a company, but I rode in the middle of the day. And it was eye-opening because there was an awful lot of families
Yeah.
and younger kids and stuff. But here's what I saw. I think there's a lot of folks, people in their 30s and 40s who have young children who ride their bike when they go on vacation. So they come to the Cape, they have a Class 2 e-bike, and they're putting along at 6 or 8 miles an hour. And to have them come down here and spend the money that they would spend to be here and rent a place, and then
Not
you
be
go
able-
out on the restaurant. Oh, by the way, you can't ride your bikes here. It's like,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
so that
And
it's,
like you said, the rental places all got some with, you know.
and they have a
all
lot of
got-
money invested in that right now.
Right.
And I don't know if they can, I mean, they're all pretty talented, they probably could disconnect it.
You can disconnect it, but what I've been spending a lot of time talking to people, so everything I say is nothing that I've seen in writing. But their feeling is they want all the wires, and in other words, I said I'm a drone builder. I could make a plug in there in probably 5 minutes, and you could just unplug it. And there are people that do that, but they want the throttle off. They want the cables gone. That's where it's a difficult process, and that's why I think us spending a lot of time rewriting rules and trying to correct problems.
Gonna fix.
I think we need to.
Let
It's
the,
not-
let
it's-
the state do its thing.
Well, it's not that they're not addressing it. It's just that it's a little scary.
So, silly question. Who enforces it?
Well, you have
Is
rangers.
that a silly question?
No, it isn't,
No.
Okay.
because the rangers they're 3 rangers from DCR, and they ride the trail. They have no,
Authority.
they don't have any authority to arrest people. They don't really have
What
any-
about giving them a ticket?
I'm not sure I
The
didn't answer
reason
that.
the reason I had my dog in national, actually at Doan Rock, and she was not on a leash, and I got a ticket.
Yeah. Well, now you're in the federal system, so I don't know. But
Yeah.
You have a record now. That's
because
it.
they may have that authority. But I'm not sure whether they can write a ticket. I don't think that they can impose fines or anything like that, or do something more meaningful than give them a ticket. But they now have enlisted the help of what they would call,
Like volunteers or something.
no, these are actual, who are the people that enforce hunting laws in the state of Massachusetts? Like if you're out when you shouldn't be out hunting, there are people who can arrest you and take your guns and all that. I'll call them wildlife.
The
Gang members. They're called gang
Rangers or
members.
But those folks can do all the things that we're talking about. That and so they have
We have
brought
those.
their these people could be anywhere in a given day. You know what I mean? They have a large area. They could be
Yep.
from here to Timbuktu. So they're trying to maybe get somebody dedicated, which would be a big help, because I don't think that the rangers from DCR can even leave the trail to chase after these kids.
Right.
Okay, so what they would like to do is see, okay, well, they live here and then go, but their hands are tied. They know where they live, actually.
So I guess my question, I apologize if I'm
No.
So the goal really is to get the kids who are kind of out of control off, but in so doing, it's going to affect everyone who has, like you said, a cable attached to the bike. Am I correct in that? It's the bad seeds are going to ruin it for everyone else kind of situation?
Exactly,
Okay.
and if something could be written and applied in like the speed limit, quite frankly, is a very good idea.
Mm-hmm.
One of the problems is it's very difficult to take the speed of a bike. I don't know that the guns work with the carbon fiber, so I don't know. So there's a lot of ways you can address it, but and that's why it's so difficult.
Right.
And I might say, my best desire, I'd love to have the kids out there, but riding in a safe manner.
Safe manner, exactly.
Now I know that's
Wishful thinking.
That might be a bit.
I mean, they ride the bikes on the hiking trails where they're not supposed to
Yeah.
anyway, and
They ride on the regular
there's
road.
no place you can, and lots of them without license plates.
None of them.
I
That
don't
I've
think you
seen.
need a license plate if you don't have insurance.
If it's called an e-bike, you don't have to have a license plate.
Interesting.
But I think
If it's called a moped, you got to have license,
not if you-
registered. Oh,
no.
you're right.
I know because I worked at the
Because
bike
they go
shop.
under 30 miles an hour, right?
I don't know the reason, but there was a woman who I worked with it. I worked at Brewster Cycle once.
Yeah.
And she had insurance, and she explained to me, that you can't get insurance if you don't, or you can't get a license if you didn't.
Don't have insurance.
License plate, yeah,
Okay.
if you didn't have insurance.
But that's the way that DCR wants to address the problem with the kids, is they want them to outlaw those style of bikes. And not only that, they want that bike to be licensed, registered, and a driver's license by the person riding it. So
Throwing out the baby
that,
with the bathwater.
yeah, that's taken care of.
Right?
Yeah, a bit. I mean, and that's why I have this far-fetched theory that says, there might be a better way for you. You kids would probably do just fine if you did cut out the vandalism. When you were doing your wheelie, if there's nobody there, it's like, does the tree make a noise when it falls?
Did you see those kids in Boston?
Yes.
Oh
I
my
was just
Lord
I was thinking of
above.
that.
And that is what's coming. I
what
think.
happened?
There was over 100 bikers on the expressway. On the expressway in Boston.
Bikers meaning motorcycles.
These kind of bikes we're
No.
talking about, they're
Yep.
E-bikes
All
or
kinds of
regular
e-bikes.
bikes.
And,
All
and as far
kinds.
as I could tell, all kinds of ages. They looked like
Were
kids who were
they- was
13
it
and there was somebody up to
slowing down
22 who was
traffic?
arrested. It was,
Was
insane.
it like an organized group?
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. They just did it because they're kids.
And they can.
What is,
And
what is
it's
yeah. One got arrested.
one got
22, a
arrested.
22-year-old got arrested.
Yeah.
That's it. It's crazy.
In the talk I heard that they said they need to start arresting more. So they,
Clearly.
I mean,
Deter them
somebody
more.
will.
Yeah.
The 22-year-old will probably open up.
well, I think they were pretty serious. In other words, he didn't just go to jail and they let him right out. It didn't go that way.
Okay.
He went for a hard time.
He had to go to the court, whatever that's called.
Yeah.
And he pled not guilty, and they didn't hold him in jail. But
was
I
insane.
don't think it was simple. I think that they're trying to say it was a pretty serious manner. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of what.
I almost got to let it ride and keep your ears and eyes open at this point.
Yeah, I
per
know.
se.
I know.
See what
But-
the state is going to
But
do about it.
your comment is a good one. That, like for myself, I'm going to have it on my phone. I have no idea why that lady came up and started talking to me. She didn't know I was a bike committee. She didn't know anything about me. You know what I mean? But she was upset. I don't even know. I'm not sure I'd say she was angry. She was upset. And
Was it at the crossing there by Headwaters?
I was standing in the parking lot.
Oh.
We had started our ride for this. We had finished our ride. We were standing around just talking, and she came up. She said, "Do you see these kids out here?" I said, "Oh yeah, I know about them." And she went on, "I don't want to see. I'm going to be there. They're going to be killed." She said, but they were doing these things in a large, crowded thing. And like I said, when I rode at a different hour, like we usually ride early in the morning or later in the evening, but it's nice to see all the families out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's a different bike trail too.
Yep.
Yeah. So there's a lot of people on that trail. Man, oh man, there's a lot of people.
Yeah. Do they put those like things that you put in the road to count?
Yes.
I never noticed.
No, they're on the side of the trail, little black box. I don't know if you.
Oh, it doesn't have a thing you go over with
No.
your bike?
No.
It's just-
They
it-
upgraded.
It counts everything.
They
It counts
had
a
that
dog,
before,
it
right?
counts
Counts
Yeah.
people.
So it's like-
walking.
people. And
Who keeps those numbers? Who keeps those stats?
Cape Cod Commission.
Do you get the letters from, was it Medeiros, and I can't think of it.
Colleen,
Colleen Medeiros. Do you get those emails?
monthly.
She's- Okay. Next time I get one, I'll pass on to you, but she's in charge of
Kind of-
Cape Cod Commission.
Yep.
Not in
And-
charge, but,
At least getting the email out.
right. That's her thing.
Okay, is the email?
Communicating.
Communicate, okay. But they,
I could probably sign up for an email. Is that what I can do? Okay, I'll
Yep.
do that.
yeah,
Yep.
her name is Colleen Medeiros. If you,
Yep. Okay.
I'm sure you can pick up her.
Yeah, you get a monthly letter from her.
Yeah.
Email from her.
Yeah. Okay, I'll do that.
And they have lots of stuff going on.
Okay, good, good.
You know.
Thank you.
So Susie's phone number is 857-283-4307. If you see any problem
What's
on
it?
the
What is
Say
trail,
that
it?
again, please, for him. Can you say that again? 857.
283-4307.
Yep. And that was Susan. And if we see any issues or problems, or someone comes up like him, that's who we should refer them
She's
to.
the,
Give her a
That's on
call.
the Cape Cod Rail Trail, not on the Old Colony Rail Trail.
right.
Okay.
Susie is in charge of DCR, true? Because I know there's her and Rainey, but I think she is the one.
Yeah, I would say
She would make
that.
it
She's the
happen.
park supervisor
Yes, that's right.
Where
yes.
do they hang their hat?
at Nickerson.
Nickerson.
Oh, they're there?
Yeah.
And they have 8,000 jobs, so they don't sit in their
Oh.
office, you know.
Yeah.
They're out and
on the
about.
road. They're working. the
They're
details.
working.
They're cleaning.
They're two fairly new people, but boy,
They're
they
doing well.
they work very hard, no question about it. So anyway, that was down on the agenda. So I think maybe we should talk about it pretty much every meeting. I mean, I think for the rules of the road, they're out there. It's a little disconcerting because nobody really knows all the rules,
Yeah.
Right.
right? Because they're different.
They're probably fungible in some way.
Well, I saw a video last night where the guy said that he was talking about coming to the Cape and riding on the rail trail, and he was critiquing. He said, well, some of the crossings are kind of busy, but all of the cars obey the law. And his point was that they should stop for you. So I'm just saying.
Well, if they're smart, they should, because if all they have to do is hit somebody and their life is
Oh,
ruined.
absolutely.
I mean, forget the
Absolutely.
law. I mean,
Yeah.
if you killed a young child or
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, you hurt
Anyone.
mom or
Yeah.
Even if you killed an 85-year-old person.
Now you're
Yeah.
going to court. Now
Oh,
you've
my
got
God.
car
And
issues,
and
insurance.
there's a
Because
lot
you
of
didn't want to slow down.
there's a lot of talk and chatter about that rule getting off Morgan Cross, and
I'd
I
say
think
within
that's some-
about another year or so, roughly, that will get something will be done.
I think
at the
something will
state
be
level.
done.
And there's always these trucks and stuff like that don't have the stopping power that speed that a car would have.
That's right.
Oh,
They
yeah.
can stop maybe take them up 50 yards or something to
I come up and stop, and
gradually.
I feel it's my job to
Me
stay out
too.
of their
100%.
way, right?
Me,
I
I don't
agree.
want to
And
hit
you know
somebody.
what? More than 95% of people stop.
I agree with that. I do see that all the time. Most
Yeah.
people are respectful and they are slow. Even not even if nobody's in there, I still see, and I always slow down.
Me
yeah.
too.
Because you don't know if the blinking light's going to work or
You
it's
don't
going
know,
to be
if-
there.
and plus
And I
around
find
it,
most people
there's
do.
trees and stuff you can't even see.
Some of them you can't.
And X-ray vision.
Yeah.
Because I'm a dentist, I have that.
So you didn't have
You get
any.
X-rays to help you out.
No, but
Okay.
so
I guess we just got to move on and keep
and
an eye out.
you know what? I will try to get a copy of the rules that they
From
wrote,
Chatham?
or that they
please.
wrote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it would be interesting to see that. I don't know what they were. Bob Oliver was just talking about it, and I didn't go to the last ride.
I mean, this is a bike safety. I just put it
Yeah.
up on their website.
Okay,
and it's
that's
pretty
it. yeah.
generic.
It's pretty generic.
Yeah.
Wear a helmet.
This is Chatham's.
This is
Yeah,
Chatham.
Chatham's. It's required by Massachusetts law. So these, I didn't understand it, but just my quick interpretation. Correct me if I'm wrong. They're telling you this is what we think you should do, but they're not. I don't think there's because they say wear a helmet. It says required by Massachusetts
For 12 and under.
12 and under, but it says wear a helmet. So it's not. In order to ride in Chatham, you have to have a helmet on.
Right.
Yep.
And ride single file. Use proper signals, obey traffic signals. So ride to the right. Okay, so all of those are pretty generic, and they're all
Traffic
good.
signals
Yeah.
includes a stop sign.
It does. You're right about that.
So that's all I have so far.
But yeah, I mean, the rules, because I've thought about it. That is one that's always talked about. People have yelled at me about that, about riding tandem.
Yeah.
But I look and I see people walking tandem. They're taking up the same amount of space as two bikes riding tandem, aren't
But
they?
a
not?
lot of them, if you, when you,
And we say on your left, and we politely ride
most
around
of
them.
them,
And
a lot of them walk over.
Yeah.
I don't know
and go over.
why it's so. People get mad at you. I got whistled.
You got whistled at.
No, not
Oh.
whistled at.
Oh.
But it's like when the referee blows the whistle, and go, "You out."
Oh.
There's this lady. She whistles us. Don't get single file. And there was nobody
Never
else on the
seen her. I
trail.
never seen her.
Well, you see it on the roads too. People
Yes.
ride
Yes.
tandem. It's crazy. I wouldn't do that.
No, I wouldn't do that.
And you have to have enough space between you and the guy in front of you too.
No, I think it's a good rule, but I think walkers maybe, I don't know, whatever. So under old business, I brought down trail condition. I have, for whatever reason, ridden a lot of my rides out of Brooks Park this last month, but I haven't gone towards Chatham. But what I see is pretty good. I mean, right now, right today, there was a sand in the typical place.
Oh, near
Going
the water
down,
department. No.
Yeah, going down to the circle.
Oh,
Yeah, which I really haven't seen.
I
But
kind of saw a little bit yesterday. I wasn't out today.
okay, well, did it rain
was
last
some.
night? Because
No.
No, it hasn't rained in
rained
like
in
2
about
weeks.
2
it seems.
years.
Yeah,
and
it
that's why
feels
I was
that way.
wondering why it was there. You know,
I did see dirt bikes. A
oh,
dirt bike trail going up, and as they
And
come
maybe that's
across,
where they're-
as they
yeah.
come
Oh,
And
across,
they're
they-
bringing it on.
they bring in some dirt
they
across.
spin it on purpose.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably what's happened down there.
Okay.
I didn't
That's
look.
what I saw.
I just
I
saw
saw
that
it yesterday,
It was
you're
enough
right.
sand that I let the people behind me know, hey,
Yep.
sand. And so again, I think they do a pretty doggone good job.
I think it's been fine.
Yeah.
As everyone knows, if they see anything major, I'm still the contact to email or talk to Link. You
Okay.
know, if you see a
Go into chat.
branch down or
If you see something you
a
think
lot
is
of heavy
unsafe,
sand that you could, they've cleaned up near the water department shortly after I email Link. You know, he
But
gets
that's a place where it's like dips in. The
Yeah.
sand's going to go there. I mean,
that's their problem, and they
Yep,
can't
and
really.
they know it's an issue,
know.
and they
unless they
haven't been
put
able to address
put
it.
a no, I probably wouldn't. I would say a drain or something.
Yeah,
probably
they
wouldn't have
tried a
talked
bunch
about
of
that. They
things.
tried a bunch of things.
That wouldn't. I don't
Over
think
the
that would even
years.
help.
Since I've been
It didn't in the end.
here, maybe I've been here, maybe a good 8 years, and it's been always an issue, and they have tried to address it, but for whatever reason.
But for us, if we see something, if we can get a picture and send it to Paul,
Okay.
then
Love
it just
pictures.
cuts
Love
down
pictures,
on the
tells them everything.
emails that Link has to manage. I have follow up on e-bike concerns. I think we've covered that.
Covered that.
The last one is the maps.
Okay. I took that action because I've been doing them for years.
Yes.
So I sent you all got my email,
With the quote?
must be the quotes.
I have the
Yeah.
quotes.
Yep. I sent you the digital, I think,
Yeah.
from the last meeting, so
Yeah.
we've got a digital platform of what this is.
Good.
And I replaced the box.
Yeah,
By the way, they're both empty yesterday. I don't know if you.
They what?
They were both empty,
They were both empty.
yes.
A lot of people.
As of yesterday, anyway.
A lot of people this weekend.
But my box was still up.
I don't have that many more. I probably have maybe not. I don't think I have 100.
We're gonna run out because by the time so let's get back to the quote first.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? I mean, the email,
Refer to it.
I don't have all my notes and stuff, but I've got glasses.
Glasses.
Yay! So what are your thoughts?
Well, I guess
know,
my
I've got-
input would be go to the fastest route.
Yeah, I've
What's
got
fastest,
to ask
easiest
for
route?
the money.
I
That's
know.
the
How
hard
long
part. I
does
gotta
that
get-
take?
I don't know. It depends on how Link feels that day. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
sure he will respond to me. I got to email Link and say, if you all kind of agree, I'll gamble with the online. Little iffy about it
Yeah.
myself personally.
Why?
I don't know. It was too quick.
I mean,
I don't think I must have had at some point. I must have to, which I didn't go to that route. Drop a
Upload the
digital.
art, and then they'll send you a proof before you
would
print
assume
anything.
so.
Yeah.
if it's the same thing,
The
they
other
would do
two
that
were
too?
very expensive. You read where,
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
and
saw that.
What about Chatham? I forgot what.
they're $200 more than the one that Chatham
mean
uses.
Chatham-
Sunderland.
Are we going to do it with them though?
No,
No.
they for whatever reason they distribute a lot more. They've got a lot more boxes, but they distribute a lot more. They always buy 3,000 at a whack. We
Wait.
buy 2, and it lasts 2 years.
I can only think of one box, and that's the one by the airport.
Yeah.
Don't know
But I
where.
think they have them like downtown where people
They go
park.
downtown
Oh,
with the
oh, oh.
parking
So
in
they're
different
a
places.
little more globally thinking
Ideal,
than we are.
but whatever, their pockets are deeper. I don't know. They spend $800.
Their
Well, maybe
procurement
the
is different
DPW.
for sure. The way they get money is different. Whether they may even have a budget. I don't know. Yeah, but they. That's why
we don't have it.
That's why we couldn't buy them together the last time. Was that
Oh,
the way the billing worked for Link?
Yep.
He needed.
I
He
remember
couldn't do that.
Yeah, and I remember there was that, and even when we did the stone between towns, identify.
Yeah. Yes.
Link had to give money to Chatham, and Chatham covered the whole bill.
do these places need to take a deposit?
Don't know. So I will usually, I'll take an action to go to Link.
Okay.
We all agree to try the online?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Let's
it's
assume that
nothing
that's
wrong.
gonna work.
Yep.
I will
Usually, like I
ask-
said, once you upload that art,
That's
they
right.
send you a proof, so you should be able to see what they're printing for you.
Okay, yeah, I've always done it physically, so around here when I've done these in the past, so it's like, yep, I want these folded this way,
Yeah.
'cause I know this is a Z fold,
Yeah.
and let's hope that works out. All right, I'll take the action to get the Link, ask them for the money. I'll keep you guys in the loop,
Okay.
Perfect.
and 2,000 has done us 2 years.
How
when
big
we've
a
had-
box is that? Yeah, it's-
a foot by a foot by a
Because
foot.
I've had brochures for my business that I don't know how many I got, but I still have them.
Yeah.
Like probably 1,000 left.
Yeah, but we used to have 4 boxes.
Yes.
We used to do just on the old colony, I think.
Yeah.
And now we're down to 2,
Yeah.
but, so I'll
But
take,
it wouldn't
I'll
be a
take the
bad
action.
It wouldn't be a bad idea to have one downtown though, also, wouldn't it?
Although
This is fine.
I don't see many bikes downtown. The traffic is so
But the
horrendous.
people
down
are
Oh,
there.
God, it's awful.
like in Harwich.
Harwich.
Well, and how about it like at the what do you call it? The place where people go for interest in finding out.
Oh,
You mean
yes.
Chamber of Commerce?
Chamber
Chamber
of
of
Commerce,
Commerce,
down
yeah.
there, yeah. And
could
I
ask-
think that's what Chatham does.
You could ask,
And actually, you wouldn't
you'd
even
have to
need
probably
the
get
box.
permission from
See
Christine.
the quote for a second. I'm listening.
Sorry.
You're putting them out. Check. Start the Chamber of Commerce
All right,
because doesn't involve
anything.
anything. You know what I mean?
That's probably a
Might
good
just have to
idea.
But I
out
do
there.
think
And
that
also
that's
the
what Chatham
information places. I don't know if there is any in Harwich.
Yeah, but I like these. If the others break,
does. Yeah, I like those too.
Yeah, they're
So-
pretty solid.
yeah.
So, just a quick question, playing devil's advocate again. Okay, so here we are at the end of 2 years, we're running out. You got 100 left, and we still have several more weeks left into the year.
Yeah, but
now you're talking
now
about
the boxes are empty.
right. So you got to fill them back up again. So
that-
you're
so
running
that's
out of
probably-
brochures at this point.
That's probably that's 30 maybe.
So, and then you're talking about possibly putting them somewhere else. I'm wondering if you do this, and we're at $444. Maybe you bump it up just a little bit more to the $3,000 to really cover, or $2,500 if they can do it. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there.
They had round numbers.
Okay.
2, 3.
Okay. Yep.
I'm sure they can do whatever we want, but
I was just thinking, if you're running out now at the end of 2 years, do you want to run out again at the end of 2 years? And are you going to use more if we are planning on putting it in more places? I'm just
good point.
throwing it
Well,
out there,
probably.
thinking ahead.
I
But
would
you know,
get
I
more.
think the answer is to put it right here in this room and say, what we need to do is, on our agenda, have maps on there once a year. So where are we on the maps? Well, you know, in other words,
As a
maybe we
line
should have
item.
ordered them
Yeah.
earlier.
Early this spring.
And we
should have
We were a
already.
little slow getting together this year. I don't know
Yep.
why or anything, but now we kind of got things in place.
I mean, it's not like it's our money.
No, no.
So
But maybe, you know, every,
I don't know if you wanna see
we
them.
should keep in the back of our mind that in the spring, we should address maps.
I agree.
Not in September, but in
Right.
March or
Because we're only gonna put them out 2 more months.
Right.
yeah,
You know, usually we kind of stop come November 1st or so. It
Yeah.
starts to get cold to
Right.
ride. It's not worth it.
Right.
They get moldy in the boxes,
Yeah.
trust me, we've done
yeah,
it.
we've,
Been there done that too many
Right.
times.
yeah,
I
yeah.
just thought if we plan ahead, maybe that's just something to think
Okay,
about.
I'll
so.
take that action. We can close on that. Take these extras. I've got 1 or 2 at home,
okay.
and I've got the digital.
Do you want to take this and so you have it? I have 3 more. Oh, you want
I
all
think I've
4
got
of them?
one old wooden one left still. The one I put up at the
Yeah.
so, at the depot. Hold on to them. I'll let
Yeah.
you.
Keep
If
them in
you
one
want me
place,
to, if
yeah.
you want me to bring it to my house, I've got place for it. Either way.
Take that one so you have it. I still have 3 if,
Okay.
if you happen to.
These are good.
So,
They came with
thank you.
screws.
I think we're ready for an adjournment, and our next meeting is September 16th, which we should all check because I have trouble with
Is that the
calendars.
third?
Yeah.
I left my
Who
phone
wants
in his
to
car.
keep
I left my
alone?
phone in his car. You know, we don't want.
I checked it
Fred
when I
to
wrote
come.
it,
We
so I
don't- we don't
think,
need
I
Fred
think
to
it
come.
is, yeah.
So
Tuesday
it's-
the 16th?
Tuesday the 16th at 1
1:00.
p.m. So,
Motion
Wait a
adjourned.
second.
yes,
October.
Oh, go ahead. Go for it. You're close.
all right. Pauline, now you're moving up in the ranks.
Oh, no, you gotta push the, nope, yeah, keep on go, right next to the red.